Hello my friends and welcome to Flying Circus Models. This is the first part of my new project AEG G.IV from Wingnut Wings, the Cockpit. I didn't want to start this build until I visit Canadian Aerospace Museum because I wanted to see this plane. However, this is the early version and museum has the late one. But anyway, it was very interesting to see this huge bomber there. I will put the link to my walk around video into this description. The kit is a standard for Wingnut Wings, great quality of plastic and all other parts. Only one unusual thing is a lot of details, obviously, because it's a huge bomber, right? I'm not going to show you all sprues the kit has, only some details in the instruction. There are a lot of photos of museum aircraft and it's not a surprise, it's only one survived machine. I decided to build option B, very early production plane, number 157/16 from Cl.II that flew on August 1917. And every build starts from a good coffee. I noticed from my experience that if you don't drink a cup of coffee before the build, it won't be great. If you would like to have the same mug or other my merchandises, please visit my Etsy store. I will put the link into the description. Okay, back to the build. As always, we need to remove major cockpit parts from the sprues and clean them. And we need to do it with many of them. So let's fast forward the process. For the early version, I had to cut the floor for 12 kilo bombs. Wingnut made the error with the instrumental panel, and that even in the instruction, and I had to remove some additional instruments. I used a scalpel knife to do it and sanded plastic after. All cockpit parts were covered with Mr. Surfacer 1500 black primer. Then the floor and radio were painted with Tamiya XF22 gray color. All other cockpit parts were covered with Mr. Hobby RLM-02 color. They are kinda similar, however RLM-2 just a little bit lighter, thus the cockpit doesn't look too dark. The pilot's seat, or I can say armchair or slash almost lazy boy chair, was painted with cocoa brown color as the base, and then I added some scratches with beige color, and I used some oils to have it looked not so contrast. I used exactly the same technique like in the how-to video. Same was done to other leather seats. All electrical wires on both fuselage sides were painted black and bomb release handles with aluminum color. Then everything was covered with the layer of future. And here you can see the paint job on the leather seats. They also were covered with the future. After, I added a black water-based wash to have more used surface and to show the panel lines. All instrument decals were applied and I put the layer of future on top of them as well. By the way, if you like my videos, please subscribe to the channel. You can use a special QR code if you watch it on your TV. The extra wash was removed using a wet cotton stick. When I was happy with the result, I covered all parts with the layer of semi-gloss clear coat. To paint seat belts, I used Vallejo beige color, and after the paint dried, I highlighted all stitches with the brown water-based wash. All bombs were painted with Mr. Color bluish gray paint number 308. Also, I highlighted lines with the Tamiya black panel line accent. You just need a few drops on each line. And I really like the used effect on those bombs. Even though this plane was the early version and it crashed relatively soon after it came to the service, I decided to use some dry pigments on the floor. The pilot's armchair looks very interesting and realistic in my opinion, and it's too sad to cover it with the seat belts. But anyway, all other cockpit parts were glued to their places. Also, I glued bombs and control stick, or I would say wheel. As usual, all parts are so well designed that I didn't have any problems with matching contact points on the floor and fuselage left side in this case. And here's the close look on each cockpit part before putting everything together and closing it. As usual, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, press like button and leave your comments below. I read and reply to all of them. Also, if you would like to support my channel, you can do it on Patreon, where you can see my videos early. Also, I share some interesting pictures there. The link is in the description. Thanks for watching and see you in the next episodes.